Alright, what's up guys? This is my first YouTube video. This is Equipped Lifter 301, trying to do a comparison video between the Inzer Advanced Designs Fusion deadlift suit and the Titan Velocity Sumo deadlift suit. This is the first video on this channel. I'm right now using just a computer camera, so the video quality will hopefully get better over time. But I wanted to put this information out there because there is not as much equipped lifting information out there as I believe there should be. There is information on forums and boards. There's a great series by Calgary Barbell out there that gives you kind of the basic rundown about equipped lifting. There's also, I think, Dave Kirshen's, I hope I pronounced it right, gear book, which is free and I suggest everybody to buy, but it's geared a little bit more towards multiply. I'm a single ply competitor as of right now, and this is my first full year I've completed in single ply, so I'm going year 2. I'm still learning the sport, still new to it, but I wanted to do this channel because I tried many types of squat suits, bench shirts, deadlift suits, and I still want to try. Some people make fun of people online for doing this, but I think it's also very important because each company has slight differences in the material, slight differences in fits. So I kind of wanted to bring this review to you guys today. All right. So I'm going to start out with presenting the Inzer Fusion deadlift suit. Okay. The Inzer Fusion deadlift suit is made of their PGX material. It's the same they use for the Inzer TRX and the Inzer RageX bench shirt. The TRX is the squat suit. Okay. The Fusion is marketed towards both sumo and conventional pullers. Okay. So they're saying this is a suit that can be used for both styles and forms. The Inzer sizing chart is not like Titan's. They measure basically just off the hip circumference. So this is a size 32. It's measure your hips and then I think -8. But from what my personal experience is with Inzer and from what I've read online and feedback that I've gotten online, not all 32s fit quite the same. However, I did get very lucky, and when I purchased this brand new, and I bought it from AmericanPowerliftingGear.com. I think they're one of the few Inzer distributors online. They got this to me. It took a little bit. This was post-COVID, so there was a lot of delays, but this is a very nice fit. Okay, this material is thinner and stretchier compared to the Titan, but the one thing you will see, there is not a lot of space, see-through holes in the stitching, not quite as much as the Titan, but the material is nowhere near as harsh. It's softer in the skin. It has a little bit more stretch. The laminated bands on the back are glute bands, okay? And when we go over the Titan, you'll see that it has the harness system. There is some reinforced seams on the crotch to prevent blowouts, okay? There, as you see, there's a higher neck and kind of the straps kind of go out in an angle, okay? What I've found in this suit is it favors more of a dynamic starting position. I'm a sumo puller in competition. I pulled conventional for a couple years when I was competing raw, and I was never the best puller. It's something I really struggled with. When I switched over to equipped, I was also just got over an internal rotation injury. And it sounds kind of funny enough, even though sumo is a lot of external rotation, I found that sumo did not cause me as much problems or pains with the injury that I had at the time. And I found that my hips were very weak. So as I was transitioning to equipped, and as you know, you need very strong hips in equipped, I found this suit was very nice because there was really not a lot of switching from my raw form to my equipped form in this at all. Dynamic start, open, reach, pull, nice and easy. Wasn't too hard to reach the bar. I did try to pull in this conventional. I did not find much success. I do think you have to start with your hips a little bit lower in conventional to try to make this work. And depending on how you're built, if you're built like me and you have a little bit shorter arms and shorter femurs, it's going to be much more of a struggle, and I'll find you probably will pull a little bit better. Now, I have seen a few people pull conventional in these suits, and I know in the multiply world, this is a very big fan favorite. I think some of those people use 1 ply in the front, 2 ply in the back, and Velcro straps, and then probably wear their straps a little looser. But if you're buying a stock single ply, if you compete in drug tested federation or just federations that don't allow for Velcro for single ply suits. This is something just to kind of keep in mind. Okay, so second we have the Titan Velocity. Okay, this is made of their NXG Super Plus material that can be found in their Spartan, their Centurion, and their Super Centurion. Okay, the build is closer to the regular Centurion squat suit. Okay, so it doesn't have as many reinforcements from what I can see, but it does have their signature harness system. Okay, for those who are not familiar with the harness system, it's this X pattern right into the hips, going up around the seams. Try to get as best as my lighting will allow. Okay, so you can see that, and it's the same kind of pattern on the back. Okay, the way that the harness system works is it's going to try to sink into your hips and then lock in your hips and try to keep your posture straight. And the way that Titan's trying to make this work on their squat suit is with a little higher neck line. Okay, so if you see this, okay, the neck is a little high. Okay, for comparison, the best I can with the camera I have. Okay, I'm gonna put these even. Inzer has a lower neckline. Okay, so the neckline is much higher. What I found with the Titan Velocity is that not only is the material a little thicker and a little harsher on the skin, but it's tighter in the hips, okay, whereas Inzer's tends to be a little bit tighter in the legs. But the straps have a little bit of space, okay, compared to the cut on the stock Inzer. These are both stock, by the way, these are not custom. But what I find is when you reach for the bar in the Titan, that harness system really kicks in and it makes it very hard to reach. You have to kind of be patient. You have to make sure your suit's really set into the hips. And for those who are not familiar with equipped lifting, that basically means that the hips are flush, okay, into the suit. The crotch is up in your crotch, okay. Then you're gonna have to be a little bit patient. You're gonna have to open up, okay, spread, root, okay, your legs, get that nice external rotation, and try to get as upright as you possibly can. That will lock into the harness, okay, and that's when the straps will start to really crank down. So you're getting that tight, upright posture, okay. I do find that your form has to change slightly from your raw form with the Velocity. I don't know if other people have this experience, but I do feel like your hips tend to be just a tad lower. You have to sink your hips a little bit lower than the Fusion, and you also have to have a static start. Now, as far as carryover, because everybody's going to want to know which one do you get the most weight. Okay, from my experience, I've gotten the most out of the Velocity, and I'm going to tell you why. Okay, even though it is definitely harder to use and it is harsher on the skin, and it does take time to get into right position, I do find there's a lot more even support from the floor to the start, just as Titan markets. Doesn't mean that the Fusion's a bad suit, but what I find with the Fusion is a lot of pop on the floor, not a lot of pop at lockout, not a lot of support at lockout. Even though the straps are already tight, we do have some stretch. Now, if you look at one of Inzer's Instagram posts, I don't own a Inzer Max deadlift suit. I know that's their older gen deadlift suit that's made with the hardcore material. I see a lot of conventional pullers pull with that. They do pull conventional and equipped. I don't really see people pulling sumo with a max deadlift, but the way they market that is it has more support at lockout. I'm also looking when I watch people on Instagram or just old YouTube videos when everybody was competing equipped, is max deadlift seems to be a suit that people can reach the bar. I did have an Inzer hardcore that was kind of gifted to me in a trade that has a lot of stretch. Overall, I will say though, if you like something to just kind of carry over to your raw form, a little bit more static, more dynamic start, that the Inzer is definitely easier to use, and you're not going to really have to change your form or very much in comparison to the Velocity, where you're going to have to be a little bit more patient. Now, I find that, to be honest with you, with deadlift suits, okay, everybody online will tell you, and there's videos online that deadlift suits are not going to give you as much carryover as the other two. But I do find that it definitely helps. If you find that you just don't pull as much with a suit in comparison to your raw, just question whether you've just found the suit that fits you or not, or have you spent enough time in it. Now, I know there's people that just pull in just briefs. I just kind of find that, when I wear just with the straps down, I don't really get much. I kind of pull basically the same as raw. What really seems to help me is when the hips dig in and the straps pull down. I definitely get a lot of support that way and a little pop off the floor. As far as the amount of weight carryover, it's kind of hard to tell you exactly. I think I get around 30 to 40 pounds out of my velocity, and I would say with the Fusion, I probably get about 15 to 25. And now keep in mind, this is single ply, and keep in mind, I've only been doing equipped lifting for a year. There might be people who get a lot more. If you're interested, I can put my Instagram handle if you want to look at some of my old training videos with the equipment, and you can check out my form too. Let me know if you like this, guys. Click the like, share, subscribe. I know it sounds kind of cringy, but if you want more of this, I'm just trying to put a lot more out there for people who are interested. Oh, one last thing. I don't think I talked about this. The cut in the legs. Okay, so when you look at the cut in the legs, okay, both of them are out. Okay, sorry, I'm trying to get them for comparison. Okay, I'm gonna kind of stack these up. Okay. Okay, everybody kind of sees that. Cut's very similar. Okay. Titan advertises the velocity both in a conventional and a sumo stance. The legs are going to be closer, just like in a regular versus a wide stance squat suit. For those who know, the legs are going to be out. Inzers are already out, and they sell it only in one stance. Inzer does not do any customizations if you're not familiar with that, nor will they alter your equipment. I have called to ask, so if you buy an Inzer suit, you do have to keep this in mind, whereas Titan will alter your equipment, and they will make a custom one. I have not tried Overkill, and I have not tried Metal. Those two are hopefully on the list, but again, sorry to wrap this up. So just like, share, subscribe if you like it. I'm just trying to put more out there because I feel like the recent equipped lifting information that's out there is just very wear Titan. And I definitely, even though I think they all make good gear, and I definitely gave the Velocity the win on this, but I wanted to kind of give you guys reasons why I felt like Titan's deadlift suit was better than the Fusion, but also give you an idea that the Fusion suit's not a bad suit, and there's some real practical uses to it. And for you, if you don't want to change your form, if you want to just jump into gear, it's a little bit cheaper than the Velocity, it's a little stretchier, it's a little bit more comfortable, and you will get a little bit of carryover. So it's not saying it's bad, it's easier to use. And I just want to give people just a little bit more of elaboration. All right, so sorry for rambling, sorry for the video quality, sorry for the lighting. This is my first experimental video. Just comment below, like it if you want me to do more of these, and I'm happy to help if you have any questions. Thank you so much, and any feedback is also very much appreciated.